My name is Mike Marotta. I'm the Executive Director at Warriors Heart, Virginia. As Executive Director, my focus is to ensure that the day-to-day operations at Warriors Heart run smoothly. That includes supporting the Warriors and making sure that the staff feels supported as well, so then they can in turn support our Warriors. So at Warriors Heart, we serve what we call the Warrior class. That's active duty military, veterans of the United States military, and then all active, former, retired first responders. How I got involved in Warriors Heart, I'm going to back up just a little bit. I'm a former San Antonio police officer. I spent almost 2 decades in law enforcement. Before that, I was also an Air Force veteran. I was an aircrew guy. One of my roles when I was a police officer was supporting our own officers. It was an agency of about 2,400. And so something that I helped the department do was streamline the process of helping our officers get help. So part of that was getting them to a treatment facility like Warriors Heart. We have a campus in Texas, about 45 miles west of San Antonio. So it made sense. If there's a campus that is fully supportive of first responders and military, then that's where I'm going to take them. So that's how I got involved, just the number of officers that I took, firefighters, park police officers. I became somewhat of a staple at Warriors Heart Bandera. And so that's how I got to know the founders, got to know the staff, and eventually led me to becoming the executive director here at Warriors Heart in Virginia. So kind of just a rundown of what the day-to-day looks like for a warrior. We start off every morning with a roll call at 7 a.m. That gives the group an opportunity to check in with the staff as well as check in with each other. Breakfast is served 7:15 sharp every single day, 7 days a week here at Warriors Heart. When they're done with breakfast, they'll move into some type of a movement activity. That can include things like yoga, nature hike. We also incorporate a 6-step practice called SAVERS. That's silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. That's a 6-step process taken from the book Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And then at 10 a.m., they do their trauma-informed groups, 10 to 12. That's where we like to say they do the heavy lifting. Our clinical team, they focus on things like PTS, focus on some of the trauma, forgiveness, moral injury. After that, they have lunch at 12. Then Monday through Friday, here on our campus, something very unique to Warriors Heart is they have what we call elective time. And that really gives the Warriors an opportunity to pick and choose what it is they want to do while they're on campus. For example, here we have Cooking with Chef. That may garner a little interest in them finding an interest in the culinary arts. They can jump into the art studio. They can get a massage. They can go into our gym. We got a pretty amazing gym here. And then they can also go down to our wood shop and metal shop and also fish at our beautiful lake that we have on campus. And then when they're done with that, they'll have dinner at 1700, 5 o'clock. And then they'll get a little phone time. By the way, they do get their phones here 7 days a week after a 72-hour blackout period upon arrival. Moral injury, just for a few topics. And then in the evenings, they'll focus on their SUD work. That's the substance use disorder work. So they'll focus on the big book. They'll focus on the 12 steps. That's where they can begin to unpack their addiction and really lean into the sobriety piece. After that little free time, they may watch a little TV and then lights out at 2300. So that's kind of what a typical day looks like here at Warriors Heart, Virginia. We're a very values-driven organization, and so that is something I take very serious in terms of staff and the Warriors. I treat everybody as if they're my family. We are healing our nation's best here, our nation's heroes, and you can't do that unless you're healthy, unless you yourself are living in your values. So something that I love to do here is support and foster a family healing environment that crosses boundaries from the Warriors into the staff. So if you were to come walk around the campus, then I'm excited for you to. I think what you're going to see is a lot of smiles. You're going to see welcoming faces. You're going to see people living out the Warriors Heart values. And people have asked me before, What's your favorite part of being executive director at Warriors Heart? And the answer is simple. It is I get to drive the culture of the people that I work with and that I serve. Now I'm directly responsible for the smiles on people's faces, on how they show up, how they take care of each other, how they take care of our warriors. And that for me that's my favorite part of being executive director here at Warriors Heart, Virginia. We believe we can help people heal from moral injury, the grief, the loss. But you got to do the work, you got to lean into the program, and you got to trust the process. You got to trust the staff. You got to trust the people that are here on the ground doing the work. Why a warrior should come to our program, why I believe you should be in this program, is because your mission isn't over. Because you're more than the badge on your chest, you're more than the uniform you wear. Your husbands, your fathers, your mothers, your daughters, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, you are more than the uniform, you are more than the addiction that plagues you. We can help you heal. We believe that we have the next chapter, the next step. So we welcome you home to Warriors Heart, Virginia. I think what makes us different than other facilities like ours is, again, we're not taking shoelaces, we're not putting you in scrubs or these paper gowns. That's not how we do it here. In fact, when people come to our campus, something that Warriors Heart says is welcome home. Why do we say welcome home? Well, for many of the warriors, they've lost sight, lost touch with what home actually is. We believe here, through the healing environment that we provide, that we can help them redefine what home is. We have men and women that come here, you say welcome home, they get the eye roll or they kind of scrunch their faces, and they don't know what that means. And then you see 3 weeks later, through the caring, healing, love that we're giving them, they'll one day come to you and say, remember when you said welcome home? Now I know what you meant. I've never been in a place that felt like this. We're not taking shoelaces, we're not removing your belt. We're going to go through things because we have to keep the campus safe. We got to make sure that there's not things in your bag, in your persons, that might harm yourself or the other clients. But here, there's a lot of compassion, kindness, and love. And I think it really sets us apart.